It is now my pleasure to introduce Corey Theodore to speak on behalf of the students of Curry College. Corey is a junior biology major with a minor in English and serves as the president of our Student Government Association. Corey?
Good morning and welcome, class of 2016. My first thought after being asked to speak to you this morning was of a quote by Mark Twain. If you want me to give you a 2-hour presentation, I'm ready today. If you want only a 5-minute speech, it will take me 2 weeks to prepare. What could I possibly say to you in 5 minutes that would make any sort of a difference in your lives, or even at your lives here at Curry? After all, it's only been 2 years since I was sitting right where you are, gazing up at the speakers of my convocation, the faculty members that I would be working with, the members of the senior staff I would see in the student center every so often, and the student whom they had chosen to fill our ears and minds with a positive picture of our new school and our new home for the next 4 years. To be quite honest, I could not tell you a word of what was said that morning, for I had much more on my mind. Like many of you sitting before me, I was a swirling mixture of emotions. At that one moment in time, my life as a high school student was over, and my life as a college student had just begun very abruptly. I was nervous. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Without a single class, lab, or lecture under my belt in college, for all I knew, they could be the hell on earth our high school English teachers told us about whenever we made a format error on a paper. For those of you here with similar concerns, you can relax. You are more than enough prepared for this next step, and as you enter your first day of class, I can assure you everything will be all right. But what can I tell you in the next few minutes that will make an impact? I'll tell you what I would have wanted to know 2 years ago and save you the trouble of figuring it out for yourselves. Use your professors. There's a saying I often repeat to myself when entering a situation with people I've never met. Everyone knows something you don't. And nowhere is this more true than with those people in the fancy robes. Those robes mean that they have dedicated years of their life to acquiring a vast amount of knowledge and wisdom, all of which you have complete access to. Except what separates these men and women from others is not this wealth of information, but their willingness to spread it. They spend a significant amount of their time in front of you, sharing what they have learned for no one's benefit but your own. Though it may not seem like it sometimes, your professors are human. You can speak with them, you can question them, and most importantly, you can approach them. They aren't going to bite you, yell at you, or poke fun at what you say, most of the time. They are people, just like you and me. You don't have to be close with all of them, but pick one or two and really get to know them. You'll soon find that their minds contain far more than what they share with you in lectures. For instance, I can tell you that there is a professor here today who was chased a block and a half by the NYPD for throwing a ball of ice at a uniformed police officer. There's a professor who discovered a new species while diving in a local harbor, and a professor who chose his undergraduate school based entirely on the fact that a cute girl from his high school had chosen that school, and that he really thought they could have a shot. I wish I was kidding. While being engaged with professors in the academic side of life here at Curry is important, it's only a portion of what you will learn while here. For me, the biggest transition to college was not in the classroom. It was in life outside of the classroom. You no longer have to wake up at 6 or 7 every morning if you choose not to, unless of course you're in the nursing program. You no longer have to sit through 4 or 5 classes in a row. You have the freedom to choose what you do, and my advice to you is to take advantage of it. Do something different, something you think would be challenging, or something you simply think would be fun. Take a class you find interesting. Join a club about something you thought you'd always like to try. If we don't have one you like, let me know. I'll help you make one, especially if it involves forming a Quidditch team. But clubs aren't the only way to try something new. This past spring break, I traveled for 7 hours in a cramped van with 10 other students to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where we slept in a church for a week, helping a local Habitat chapter build a home for 3 families in need. It was a remarkable experience, one that I will always remember, and it started with a simple thought of, hey, that might be fun. There are many opportunities here to volunteer, and most of them much closer to home. The activity is not what matters, though. Just try something new. There's no better way of learning about yourself. Add a purpose to your time here. And while I may be a little biased, I think student government is a great way of doing this. In working with the people who influence your life here on campus, you can have better control over just how enjoyable your time here is. Whatever it is that moves you, that gets you excited, go for it. It's what makes you, you. If you had told me 2 years ago what I would be like today, I would have said you were crazy. Though it has only been 2 years, so much has changed, and it all started right here in this gym, with nothing but a willingness to learn and unwavering curiosity. And so starts your next chapter, class of 2016. The past is irrelevant now. You have a blank slate, and it begins today. What you do with it is up to you. My few minutes are up, but if anyone would like the 2-hour version, just let me know. Thank you, and the best of luck.